X gon' give it to you. What? Oh my god, the relaunch of Twitter, it's something, isn't it? Okay, well now it's no longer Twitter. Now it's X, sort of. But at least at the time of recording this video, I still haven't gotten the full update, but everybody's seen the logo and what was once Twitter. The artist formerly known as Twitter has a social media platform. Is this the first one to have ever successfully transitioned? Don't quite know. Didn't anticipate that coming from Elon Musk, but hey, the strange times call for strange measures. But if you take a look in Elon Musk's past, this has always been the end goal for him. He's always wanted to have this X.com, everything app, everything website, whatever the fuck. He's always just been an evolving individual. He's been kind of cringe along the way, but for the most part, and specifically, well, at least at time of recording, he's unbanned yay, so we'll see how that's going to end up going. There could be a whole hell of a lot more noticers out there on the platform, and it's just going to be fun as hell. And you know what? It has definitely ended up working. It's been working in his favor because monthly users have reached a new high in 2023, so the platform is booming, and Elon Musk is not shy. He's definitely not been shy about flouting that success. And why has he been ever more effusive with the praise for his platform? Well, that's mostly because, well, there was another new kid that was on the block, which was basically, for all intents and purposes, a Twitter clone. But that's alright, it was going to be the newer, nicer, and more inclusive Twitter clone, and that was Threads. You guys remember Threads? Yeah, no, exactly. It was all the rage back in early July. Yeah, no, exactly. Time flies when nobody's using your platform. But spoilers for something that's ahead. But, Threads, man, it was going to come in. It was going to change the game. It wasn't going to be like, what's that other one that's out there? Blue Sky, Mastodon. Oh my god, R.I.P. Parlor. God, it had such a chance, but then, it just got whacked. It took a walk into the basement, and it's like, sorry, we gotta do this to you. And he's like, oh god, and it just ended up playing out like that because, hey, guess what? Free speech isn't free, especially if you rely on Amazon. But this time around, like I said, Threads was going to be different because it didn't have to have the backing of anybody else because it had the backing of the biggest company on the face of the earth. It had the backing of Meta, which involves Facebook and Instagram, and its launch was kind of fucking weird because Threads was tethered to Instagram, which Instagram I think has at least the biggest active user base of all the social media platforms. I have a burner account. I don't have an Instagram account. Okay, so if I wouldn't imagine that anybody's posing as me on Instagram. I don't have an official Instagram account. Okay, I think I have the name earmarked or some shit like that. So realistically, okay, that's not me if that's what's on there. But in order to use Threads, I think you had to have an Instagram account. I could go check, but frankly, I don't fucking care because the people that were going over there were finding out in real time that if you wanted to be even a fraction as spicy as you wanted to be on, still going to call it Twitter. Fuck all this nonsense. But if you even wanted to come close to what they were doing, even prior to the Elon Musk acquisition, yeah, you were getting yeeted off the platform like that. So it's like, okay, cool. If you're just going to have a shit posting app, but you can't shit post on it, what fucking good is it? But it was booming at the beginning. Okay, 2 million signups in the first 24 hours. One of the first apps to make it to like 100 million users. Like it was, things were going great. And you kind of end up knowing where we're going to be going by the end of this video. But what is Threads? Here's what you need to know about the potential Twitter killer. And you know that CNN, which were they a part of that class of punditry that were, in light of recent developments, we're taking our business elsewhere from Twitter, and then just slinking back like, what was it, CBS News within 48 hours, and it was CBC in Canada after Elon Musk trolled them to say that they were only owned 66.7 or 67% by the Canadian government funded media. God, that was so fucking funny. But anyways, I'm just reminiscing at this point in time. Facebook parent Meta officially launched its Twitter competitor Threads last Wednesday, after first confirming its plans for the app just 3 months ago. Well, hey, you know what? Hey, fair enough. Pretty good turnaround. But in actuality, when it's basically just stripped down Instagram, yeah, whatever. Threads is already off to a strong start. It received 100 million signups in less than a week, the app shows, including a large number of brands, celebrities, journalists, and many other prominent accounts. Hey, man, it was off to a good start. But yeah, you remember the story of the tortoise and the hare? Yeah, well, here you go. The mood on Threads in the night of its launch felt a bit like the first day of school. This is supposed to be news reporting. Good job, CNN. This is why nobody takes you seriously. Seriously. The early adopters rushing to try out the app and write their first post, and some questioning whether the app could end up being the Twitter killer. As of Thursday morning, Threads was the top free app on Apple's App Store and top trending topic on Twitter, by everybody just going, yeah, really? Okay, well, don't worry, we won't miss you. And hey, man, if you come back, well, just remember all of that stuff you were talking about. I'm never going to be coming back, and how much you're going to be lampooned for it. Threads could pose a serious threat to Twitter. Oh, really? Okay. Which has faced backlash since Elon Musk took over the platform and kind of made it almost fun again in October of 2022. And it has run it by the fly by the seat of your pants approach, which is kind of funny because, okay, I don't have it pulled up or anything like that, but Mark Zuckerberg, earlier the week that I'm recording this, something like that, ended up saying, oh, it's so great because we're basically running a skeleton crew, and just how wonderful Threads has been. And it's like, oh, so he's running the exact same way that Twitter's running. Interesting, but you're only going to call Elon Musk fly by night, see the pants type organization. Interesting. Very interesting. But Twitter has become particularly vulnerable in recent days. Has it? Do we need to go back to the graph and figure out that? No, actually, people are fine using Twitter. Twitter, posting X video. Angering users over a temporary limit on how much content can view each day. Listen, as somebody who uses Twitter quite a bit to source news articles, see what the world is talking about on a daily basis. Okay, that artificial limit that was on there, I don't know anybody who's actually run up against it and Spurg post about it the next day. Like, you have to be perpetually online in order to hit that cap. I've never come close to it. Never seen anybody come close to it. It just kind of seemed like much ado about nothing. And for Meta, Threads could further expand its empire of popular apps and provide a new platform on which to sell ads. Exactly. So what was Threads offering at the beginning? Well, technically it's still offering it, but, well, if a thread is posted in the woods and nobody hears it, is it really a thread at all? Thread is a new app for the parent company Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. The platform looks a lot like Twitter, and the feed is largely text-based posts, although users can also post photos and videos. Yeah, so basically a stripped down Instagram where people can have real-time conversations. Meta said messages posted on Threads will have a 500 character limit. Yeah, similar to Twitter, which 280. Unless you're subscribed, then you can basically, completely post an entire blog. But I ain't paying $8 for Twitter. Okay, nothing against it. It's just I could better spend. I would be much happier with my $8. Yes, excellent. Users can repost, quote, thread. What do you call that? It's kind of like and again, like Truth Social. Like, at least the appeal of Truth Social is to interact with the former and hopefully future president of the United States. Like, that's a draw that's over there. Like, what does Threads have? You can go back and forth with an Android. Like, its most popular user on there is an AI bot. Oh, I'm sorry, Mark Zuckerberg. Threads accounts can also be listed as public or private. Wow, very revolutionary technology. Verified Instagram accounts are automatically verified on Threads. So exactly, so they have the hierarchy-based system that's over there, which was doled out at a subscription cost that made all of those journalists that used to wrap up their entire sense of being into their verified status. At least you can go back to Instagram or Threads in order to experience that. You wouldn't want to sully yourself with the unwashed masses over on Twitter. We hope to figure out what Mark Zuckerberg is saying here. The vision for Threads. Oh, I'm sorry. The vision for Threads is to create an option and friendly public space for conversation. We hope to take what Instagram does best and create a new experience around texts, ideas, and discussing what is on your mind. Excuse me while I grab a little bit of water to drink and... Delicious. I have been hydrated. I am now at 84% hydration. He's a fucking weird dude. Some users did experience occasional glitches and blah, 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 all that shit. How do you sign up? Don't care. Where is Threads available? On your fucking phone. Treat Threads. Oh, could Threads be a Twitter killer? Oh, let's see what the prognostication was about a month ago on CNN. Threads is just the latest platform launched in recent months in hopes of unseating Twitter as the go-to app for real-time public conversations. But it may have the greatest chance of success. Ooh. Many Twitter users have expressed desire for an alternative because they just want to have their echo chamber and they want all of their shitty opinions constantly reinforced, and they don't want to have any pushback, i.e. all the fucking lefties looking at you, Ron Perlman, detailing how your morning shit reminds you of Trump. He's a fucking weird guy, and he was just such expert casting when it comes to Hellboy, especially for the special effects department. They didn't have to waste a moment in the makeup and prosthetics chair in the morning. Meta is hoping to capture at least some of its more than 2 billion global active Instagram users with the new app. That's compared to Twitter's active user base, which is somewhere around 250 million. So yeah, it's got a 4 times lead on it. Sorry, I'm retarded. That would be an 8 times lead on it. So how's that end up doing about a month later? Well, I think you already know. I think you already know by the title, by the thumbnail, by my constant allusions to it. But Threads has lost half of its users since launch. Zuckerberg tells staff, yeah, ain't nobody using this shit anymore. It's just not popping like the other side was. It's almost like when you carbon copy something else and slap it onto your successful platform that is more or less just same thing but different. Yeah, nobody's going to be using it. Okay. Company executives heavily focused on boosting retention. Yeah, exactly. Just try to keep everybody on the sinking ship for as long as possible. Good luck, okay? You're just going to send out swatches about which new drapes you're going to be putting up. Meta Platforms executives are heavily focused on boosting retention on their new social media app Threads. But after it lost more than half of its users in the weeks following, like the bloom fell off of this rose in record time. Following its busy launch, CEO Mark Zuckerberg told employees on Thursday retention of users in the text-based app was better than executives had expected. No, it's better, but it's not perfect, but it's better, said Zuckerberg, speaking to an internal company town hall. The audio was heard by Reuters. Obviously, if you have more than 100 million people sign up, ideally, that would be awesome if all of them or even half of them stuck around. So it's kind of revealing that not even half of them are sticking around. We're not there yet, but we're close. I think maybe. How many new people are signing up? Yeah, don't ask questions that you don't want answers to. Zuckerberg said that he considered the drop off normal. Yeah, no, exactly. It's kind of like when a new Marvel film comes out. It's like it's normal to lose 70% of your audience in the second week. It's totally normal. Don't worry about it, guys. Everything is fine. It's the fucking meme where everything's on fire behind you. Don't worry. Everything's great. This is fine. Heaven forbid his fucking mask melts off of his exoskeleton. Meta is looking at adding more retention-driving hooks to entice users to return to the app, like making sure that people are aware, who are on Instagram app, can see important threads. Yeah, so okay. So drag down your more successful platform in order to prop up your vanity project, in order to take down somebody that you may or may not be fighting in the Roman Colosseum in the near future. That whole billionaire boxing cage fight, whatever the fuck it's ultimately may or may not end up being, is an entire can of worms. And this Threads v Twitter /X, whatever the fuck it is, a little pissing match that came back and forth, looks like to ultimately be a big W for Elon. And the only thing that can get in front of Elon's success, well, is kind of Elon himself. Because, okay, for all of the opportunities for him to leave shitty ass California, and not just any part of California, the worst part of California that he's even pointing out himself, like this is the only thing that could take down Twitter, okay, is if, enough bums end up coming in through the lobby and setting the fucking headquarters on fire. Many have offered rich incentives for X, formerly known as Twitter. It's still going to be Twitter, you fucking dork. You can go ahead and change the logo for as much as you want, but it's still going to be Twitter. To move its HQ out of San Francisco. Moreover, the city is in a doom spiral with one company after another left or leaving. Yeah, you can't see the writing on the wall. Again, for as many swatches for new window dressings as Mark Zuckerberg is handing out to his dwindling audience, you, on the other hand, are showing deck chair samples for the Titanic, just going, which ones do you guys think are more popular? It's like, just fucking leave San Francisco. It's a dead end. Unless, just like with Tesla, you moved the headquarters out and you moved it to Austin in 2020 or 2021, and then he ended up striking a deal with Gavin Newsom in order to come back, which, yeah, that's not often reported, but sometimes people just want to go ahead and report whatever the fuck they want to and not know the full story on that. I see a lot of that when it comes to Andrew Tate type stuff, but no, I'm not pissed off at people that report that, oh, we just tell the truth that's over here. We're just a street level reporting. Just go fuck yourself if you're not going to be authentic about everything. But no, unless unless there's some sort of legal tie-up that he actually can't physically move out, or if he ended up striking a good deal with keeping jobs in San Francisco, being the last kid on the block, hoping for a turnaround, which, spoilers, probably not going to happen. Are likely to see the next tech bubble burst than you are to see a resuscitation of San Francisco in our lifetime. Because yes, the doom spiral, the doom loop is very much what's happening to San Francisco right now. So you know it. You know that right now it's a very high likelihood that you leaving would be the greatest return right now. And it's a tech company. It's a relatively smaller tech company that even when you purchased it, so yeah, you don't really have to be central to anywhere. So yeah, unless there's some fiduciary benefit that we're not privy to, it doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense. So yeah, as he continues on, therefore they expect X will move too. We will not. Why? You only know who your real friends are when the chips are down. You're gonna try to rationalize with the fucking trank zombies that are wandering around the streets? Is that what you're gonna try to do? Or are you gonna try to incentivize productive behavior in the people that wallow in their own shit all day? Hey man, to each their own. San Francisco, beautiful San Francisco. Though others forsake you, we will always be your friend. What a fucking dork. But hey man, if you're tied up and you're supposed to be there for as long as you can and you're just trying to make the best of a bad situation, I understand. But if you're going to be trying to lead the charge and to make San Francisco great again, I wish you luck and hopefully have the requisite amount of rubber gloves and hazmat suits necessary in order to fucking clean that place up. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.